p.m. and we'll call to order the January 18th, 2022 meeting of the Albemarle County Architectural Review Board. This meeting is being held pursuant to and in compliance with Order Number 20-A16 and ordinance to ensure the continuity of government during the COVID disaster. Quorum is present. Architectural Review Board members present electronically are Frank Hancock, Chris Henningsen, Frank Stoner, and myself, Dave Vanderwerf. There are opportunities for public access to this meeting posted on the county's website and at the county calendar. The public has real-time audio-visual access to this meeting over Zoom and real-time audio access over telephone, both as provided in the lawfully posted meeting notice. This meeting is being recorded and will be made available on the county's website. This online meeting is a public record and subject to disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act. For all speakers, when it's your turn to speak, please first state your name for the record. For everyone participating today, it is good practice to mute your microphone until it's your turn to speak. For applicants making presentations, please note that your presentation is limited to a total of 15 minutes, which you can divide among your team members as you see fit, and Carolyn will let us know when the 15 minutes are up. So for disclosures, do any ARB members have anything to disclose today?
Yes, I am going to have to recuse myself from the Ivy Exxon work session.
Thank you, Chris.
No, I don't have anything to disclose.
I don't either.
Okay, nothing for me either. So this is our first meeting of the year and our annual meeting. So for the first item is to elect the chair for the year. So I'll ask for a nomination. And would be happy to put forward myself, Chris Henningsen's name for chair of the board. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Carolyn, will you call the vote?
Yes. Mr. Stoner,
Aye.
Mr. Hancock,
Aye.
Mr. Binstead, I'm sorry, Mr. Shoot.
I'm
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New
Okay,
Year.
okay.
I don't even know what I'm doing today. I'm sorry. Mr. Vanderwerf
Aye.
and Mr. Henningsen.
Aye.
You know,
Great, and now, so at this point, Margaret, do I turn the meeting over to Chris, or is that after the election of the vice chair?
I think you could turn it over to Chris now, chairperson.
Well,
All right. Well, thank you, and thanks for your service, Dave. So can I have a nomination for vice chair?
pleased to nominate Frank Hancock.
I'll second that. So are there any other nominations? So let's go to a vote.
all right. Mr. Stoner,
Aye.
Mr. Hancock,
Aye.
Mr. Henningsen,
Aye.
Mr. Vanderwerf.
Aye.
Thank you.
So next order of business is the draft schedule of the ARB for 2022. The draft schedule has the ARB meeting on the first and third Monday of each month. Does anyone want to propose an alternative schedule? So doesn't seem like we have any alternative proposals. So could I ask for a motion to approve?
I'll move to adopt the 2022 calendar as proposed.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, let's vote on it.
Mr. Vanderwerf,
Aye.
Mr. Henningsen,
Aye.
Mr. Hancock,
Aye.
Mr. Stoner.
Aye.
Thank you.
So the rules of, would anyone like to propose amending the rules of procedure?
No.
Can I get a motion to approve the rules?
So moved.
Second.
All right, let's move to a vote.
All right, Mr. Stoner,
Aye.
Mr. Hancock,
Aye.
Mr. Henningsen,
Aye.
Mr. Vanderwall.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, Carolyn, are there any members of the public that want to make a comment about a project that is not on the agenda?
No, there is not.
All right, great. So we can move on to the consent agenda. There's one consent agenda item today. It is ARB 2021-137, Stonefield C2-1. Would any members like to bring that off of the consent agenda for discussion?
Not aye.
Not aye.
All right,
No.
if that's a no. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
All right, we can put it to a vote.
All right, Mr. Stoner,
Aye.
Mr. Hancock,
Aye.
Mr. Henningsen,
Aye,
Mr. Vanderwall.
Aye.
Thank you.
thank you. So there are no regular review items today. So we'll move to the work session, which I will be recusing myself from. So if I could hand it over to Frank Hancock.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
Carolyn, does Chris go into a breakout room? I forget how we do this, or just,
He just needs to turn his camera off and mute himself so he's not watching. There you go. That's it.
perfect. Okay, now I'll ask Chris Taggart with the Planning Division of Community Development to provide a presentation.
1 second. Are you viewing the title screen?
Yes.
Okay. Just give a quick refresher. On May 18th, 2021, the ARB approved the final site plan pending staff approval of several conditions. Condition 1 related to the building design required review by the board during a work session. The applicant submitted revised designs to address this condition. A submittal that addresses the remaining conditions have not been submitted at this time. In staff's cursory review of the revised submittal, we noted the following. The architectural design of the building and the addition remains largely unchanged. The blue, yellow, and red color stripes from the have been removed from the elevations, which significantly reduces the trademark appearance of the development. And the paint color has been revised to from a light gray to a dark gray. The paint color of the addition has been revised from a light gray to a dark gray. The paint color for the existing building remains light gray. The board's action on this item should be to confirm that the revised design maintains a connection to the historic architecture of the area and does not use trademark colors as a major design element. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Chris. Now I'll ask board members, starting with Frank Stoner. If you have any questions for Chris.
Chris, the only question I have when I look at that rendered picture, I don't know if we can bring that back up. It may just be a function of the fact that it's a rendering. The last one we looked at, which looks at it from the other direction, from the west side, I guess.
This one.
Not that one.
Not that one.
No.
These.
My image isn't changing. I don't know if anybody else's.
Yeah, it's still the easiest.
So not that one. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
That one. So in this one, it appears that the back portion of the two-story is a lighter gray than the front. But again, that may just be that may be a rendering.
Yeah, I see that as well. I think it might be, but the applicant probably could confirm
Okay.
that.
That's the only question I had.
Thanks, Frank. Dave, do you have any questions for staff?
Thank you, Frank. Chris, thank you for your presentation. No questions.
And I don't have any questions either, Chris. Thank you for your presentation. At this time, do we have the applicant or a representative for the applicant that would like to make a presentation?
I do not, okay, hold on. Is Scott and Diane Ram supposed to be making the presentation, Chris?
Carolyn, I think Mark Kessner's in attendance.
Is it, okay, hold on. I have promoted him. All right. Mark, you're ready. You have 15 minutes for your presentation. Please unmute yourself. Okay.
Hi, good afternoon. It's Mark Kessner. Happy New Year to everyone. There's no presentation other than what Chris has already done here. We're here to answer questions, but I think we have addressed the concerns that came out of the last meeting with the color scheme and the branding. We've taken all branding off the building and have simplified the color scheme. So the back portion is a darker gray. The rendering, Frank, that you were questioning is the color in the rendering is due to a material change from CMU to metal. And it's just how that is coming off in the rendering. But the light gray is to respect the existing building and be close to the original color, which was white at one point. And the darker gray is just to complement the light gray. And we've reduced the signage to a very small, polite sign, which we understand will go through a different review. But we've coordinated the dumpster screening, fence screening, and vending machine color. So our hope is that we've come to the right spot here, but happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Mark. Frank Stoner, do you have any questions, any additional questions for Mark?
I don't. Mark, I think the plan looks great. Huge improvement for sure. Thanks for taking the time to do it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank. Dave, do you have any questions for the applicant?
Thank you, Frank. No, similarly, no questions. Thank you, Mark, as well, for updating the color and the design.
And I don't have any questions either. Thank you, Mark. Carolyn, is there anybody from the public that wishes to comment?
Yes, I have one person, Scott and Diane Ram. Please state your name and address if you're affiliated with a group or organization. When you unmute, your time starts then, and you have 3 minutes to speak.
So I'm the applicant, so I don't have any questions.
Okay.
Covered things for us. I was just trying to get logged into the meeting, and that's how it comes up.
Okay. Then I do not have anybody with their hand raised.
So that was someone speaking in favor of the applications. Is that correct?
Well, that was the owner. So,
Thank you. And now we will go into discussion, starting with Frank Stoner.
Yeah, I don't have much to add. Frank I think I think the color change is a big improvement, and certainly getting rid of that color band makes a huge difference as well. I think it looks good. I'm prepared to approve it.
Okay, thank you, Frank. Dade?
Likewise, like Frank, I'm prepared to approve it, and I think, you know, the site plan which we previously approved and the incorporation of landscape is going to be a significant improvement for the corridor. So pleased to see that.
Thanks, Dade. I think we're all in agreement. I think it looks good. Appreciate the applicant making the changes and coming back to us today. Do we want to go ahead and review staff's recommended motion and action?
Yes.
I pull that up.
Chris, or is that Margaret? If you could,
I've got it.
thank you.
Trying to pull it up now. Are you able to see the Word document?
Yes.
Right. My suggestion for your motion, if you're, sounds like you're all happy with what you've seen today, is to make a motion for approval of the revised architectural design as illustrated in the drawings presented today. And that would eliminate condition number 1 from the May 18th action letter. That's just to note that there are still outstanding conditions that staff will be dealing with final approval.
So moved.
Seconded.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Carolyn, could you please call the vote?
Yes. Mr. Stoner,
Aye.
Mr. Hancock,
Aye.
and Mr. Vanderwerf.
Aye.
Right, thank you. And I'll let Mr. Kensington know he can come back.
All right. We're now on to other business.
Thank you all. Have a nice afternoon.
So next up is approval of the December 20th, 2021 minutes. Would anyone like to move to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All right, let's
Second.
All right. Mr. Stoner,
Aye.
Mr. Hancock,
Aye.
Mr. Henningsen,
aye.
and Mr. Vanderwerf.
Aye.
Thank you.
Great. So our next meeting will be Monday, February 7th at 1 o'clock. The next meeting will be a virtual meeting. And does everyone expect that they will be able to attend?
Yes.
Great.
Hey, Margaret, can I ask a quick question in terms of the timetable for replacing Fred? Are there applicants already, or we have to start that process, or?
That's a good question. The clerk's office is aware that the position is open. I believe we checked last week, and the website already has that opening listed. And so it will move as quickly as, I assume, as quickly as applications are received.
So in the meantime, if an applicant comes forward and 2 of us, for example, have to recuse ourselves, then what happens? Because there's not a quorum, right?
Yeah, I think that's a special situation, and we can double check with the county attorney's office. But if we start out with a quorum and we lose the quorum just because of a conflict of interest, I believe that the review and the action can continue, but we'll double check that.
Okay.
All right, great. Well, if nobody has anything else, we can adjourn the meeting next Monday, February 7th. Time is 19.
Wow. that was
Thanks,
good.
everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris. Nice work.
Chris,
Yeah.
Dave, for all your service.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dave.
Well, thank you. And
Take
thank you
care.